I am Christy King, and I am a canine trainer behaviorist that helps all animals that I possibly can.
Yeah, good boy.
Join me as I venture into different areas of the dog world and embark on many adventures of all kinds.
Come here, sit. Her body mechanics to get her into that sit position.
So I started out really young with animals, right from, I think I was about 6 or 7 years old when I found this stray dog, and my parents called the dog catcher and said that the dog was going to go to the pound. So I found my fake handcuffs and cuffed myself to the fence. And I was like, no, you can't take the dog, big bad dog catcher. Little did I know then that I would be the dog catcher when I grew up. I started volunteering when I was 12 years old and worked with lots of dogs. Then I went into canine security in Toronto, and I loved it. Like I just loved the fact that I could work with the dogs. I was getting paid to work with these amazing dogs. And after you've been there a year, you get assigned your permanent dog. And every dog they introduced me to tried to bite me. So I thought to myself, there's got to be a better way to train these dogs. So I sought out a course where I could learn how to train security dogs. And I couldn't afford the course because I was, barely 18 or 17-ish. And so they gave me a job at the kennel. So I got a whole bunch more experience working with, not only in my class working with dogs, but working with clients' dogs that were staying there to be rehabilitated for mostly aggression was what that school worked with. And then over the years, that love for dogs turned into, I told people, give me what you think I'm worth for training. I'll work with your dog. Don't pay me anything if you can't afford it. So then I got so much more experience that way. And then I started charging people to get training with me. And I've trained dogs all over Canada, the United States. I have clients that send me their dogs from out of country to work with. And being that I love dogs too, it's not just about like the business aspect of it. I work with a lot of rescues, so different rescues, mostly across Canada, that have had dogs that they can't work with. They'll call me in if I have availability, then I will bring their dog in and rehabilitate them and then find them suitable homes. We had this one dog, Minerva. She had bit a couple people there, and she was, scheduled to be euthanized. And she was pretty mean when we first met her, but she turned into a great dog. She's great with kids now. She's great with people. She just really needed to have the right people and the right structure. And that's what I love most about dogs and all animals. The same with horses. You can take ones that have maybe been looked at in a negative light just because the humans didn't know how to interact with them properly, and you can turn them into these great loving creatures. So yeah, animals, they pretty much have had me suckered in since I was big enough to walk, so. This is Questa, good girl. We just had her imported from Florida at El Dorado Kennels from Vitsing. So she is about 14 weeks old, and we haven't added any verbal cues to her training yet. It's all luring because I want to get her positions correct before I start adding verbal cues. So that is her heel position. And right here, I'm just working on building that eye contact. So it doesn't look like she's doing anything, but she actually is. Let's go. So Daisy is 8 months old. She's a little bit further along in her training. Yes, that's what I want. Hi. Yeah.
Crawl. No, crawl, 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 crawl. Bang! That's a really bad bang. So this is how you build prey drive with something like this. He didn't have much of it.
This is Duke. I got Duke 7 years ago, or no, 8 years ago. He was, Duke, here. He was surrendered to the SPCA in Peace River, and he had a lot of behavioral issues. He didn't like other dogs. He was attacking dogs and didn't really like people, wouldn't stop barking. So they asked me to work with him, and so I took him on, and by the end of the week, he was the first dog that I had worked with from their SPCA, and I had worked with lots at this point, that I said I was going to adopt. So he became my next search and rescue partner. So we did canine search and rescue training for about 5 years overall. And now he's old and chubby, but he still likes to do searches and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, good job, good boy.
Are these food pigs or pet pigs?
No, these are rescued potbelly pigs. They are adorable and I will never eat them.
Is them? No, this one's closed.
Pigs are pigs. They always just want to eat.
Yeah. Come on, Vicky. Hurry up, hurry up. You're getting left behind.
This is nice for belly rubs in that dirt. Lola! Feet! So it is 20 to 9 in the morning and I'm already filthy, mud covered from the dogs. That is generally how my mornings start. Lots of dirt. I'm generally changed my clothes 3 times by noon every day. Right now we are heading to Falare to do some training with a good friend of mine, Marcel Moore. He does a lot of training for civil protection dogs. He's teaching me how to take dog bites a little better and just helping with my new puppy. So I bought Questa, which you guys saw earlier, and she will be trained in civil protection, and I'll be doing some detection work with her as well. So he's very experienced. Learning to take dog bites is definitely an art. Like, it's one thing to be able to read a dog, but you have to learn how to take the bites correctly so that you don't hurt the dog, and keep them engaged, and do it in a way that you get hurt as little as possible. Because I do a lot of training, it's a good skill for me to have to help other people's dogs. And the bite work is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. The adrenaline that you get when you're working a dog that's, wanting to bite your face off is just, it's undescribable. It's not something that a person feels every day, that's for sure. The sport aspect of it, which is something that I'm getting more into now, it helps police have access to really good dogs. And it's a lot of fun, and it also gives these working lines something to do that may not have civil homes where they're, doing protection or police work. And it's a good avenue for them because dogs get really bored, and especially working lines, they need to be worked. So you can't go and buy a high-end German Shepherd or Malinois and put them in your backyard and hope for the best. So these sports and the bite work is a really good avenue for them to release, their drives.
So I have Jax on my left, Chaos on my right, German Shepherd, and a Belgian Shepherd. Things we want to work on today, is keeping the sleeve away from you. So when the dog's coming in, you can absorb some of that impact. You don't get hurt, or you don't hurt the dog, right? We don't want to ever hurt the dog, so the dogs will bite in this area. They'll just be in front of you. Do you want the little dog first or the big dog first? The little dog first. So every time you drop, he's gonna migrate to where it's easiest. This is soft, and he knows it's soft because it's training. So he's gonna migrate to your hand every time. So instead of that, tilt it up. You got the wrist, lift your elbow, tilt it, hold that, there you go. And he won't migrate anyway.
I think the thing that I admire most about Christy is that it doesn't matter what the problem is, she can help that dog to make progress.
Learning how to control him from a distance a little bit better when he's distracted or there's something he likes somewhere else. I recently came to a class and I learned how to introduce him to other dogs, and there's always more things to learn.
Oh, the courses helped me with a lot of stuff. So I actually originally came to Christy because my dog started chasing cats all of a sudden.
I asked her if she would help me get him a little bit less frightened, a little bit more confidence, and so we've been doing that. He's become a lot more confident.
Hi guys, hope you're enjoying today's episode of Canine Kris. I wanted to take a second to invite you to our new website, caninekris.com, where you can purchase our specialty training equipment, clothing, and more. You can also book virtual and live training with me. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook too. I look forward to connecting with you.
Okay, and what would be your, I guess, official position for profession?
My official position for profession is I'm a fire chief for the municipal district of Smoky River.
All right, so working dogs. Why'd you get into working dogs?
Working dogs. Well, I spent a lot of years in the military. I love dogs. I had dogs while I was in the military. One of my best friends is a RCMP canine handler. And one day he asked me if I would take some bites. Fell in love with it, so I spent a whole bunch of money and became a dog trainer and a dog handler.
Where did you get your two dogs and what are they trained to do?
I got Jax from a kill shelter. They were going to put him down. They sent him to the kennel I was at. Nobody could handle him, so I took him and trained him into an amazing dog. And Chaos, which is a Belgian Shepherd, I got him as a puppy and worked with him from there.
Nice. So it's really nice that you can take a dog that generally most people would have just turned their eye on or turned their back on and thought of a problem dog and turn him into a real good working dog.
Well, they're extreme dogs. As you can see, those dogs are 7 and 8 years old, and if you tell that to most people, they won't believe you, right? Because they're going 100 miles an hour all the time. Most homes cannot handle dogs with that much in them. They actually go 5 kilometers a day minimum with me usually. It's either walking, hiking, running, throwing the ball, frisbee, whatever is required. You can see that they love the they love the protection work, and they actually love the detection work.
So you used to like work contracts with both of them, correct?
I did, yeah. I worked for a security company which would fly us out, or we would drive out to different work camps or different businesses, run the dogs, the narcotic dogs especially, through work camps. Explosives was usually venues, so TED Talks, hockey games, football games, big stuff.
Okay, well, thanks again for everything today.
No problem.
And I look forward to learning more from you in the future.
Sure. We'll see each other again for sure.
Yes.
He's not gonna bite. He's trained. Remember? Trained, not vicious.
I need to get a scratch suit for sure. I can show you. His dogs definitely had a good time with my leg here. You're supposed to be wearing a scratch suit when you take bites because the dogs like grab your leg while you're, taking the bite, and I did not have one on, so I am a little. He had fun. I had fun too. Hey, so we're at the Snow Valley Aerial Park here in Edmonton, and we are about to scare the crap out of ourselves and try and make it to the top of this wonderful, fun thing. All right, we're styling now. Now I feel like I'm gonna barf. See, this is why I shouldn't lead the way. This one is pretty good. we'll just take a break over here.
What are you feeling right now, Christy?
I feel terrified. How am I supposed to get across without looking down? Whew. I'll probably just sit on that freaking picnic table for like a good 10 minutes, thinking and reflecting why I'm almost 40 years old and thought this was a good idea for fun. Oh my God. I did it. Look at me go. Hello. There's a whole kitchen in here. Like they have the burners and sink and everything. All right. Okay, what kind of dog?
I think he's a shepherd collie. I'm not really sure, but.
Did you get him from the Edmonton Humane Society?
Through a group called Infinite Wolves Animal Rescue.
Yeah.
I was, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
love him. He's got lots to work on, but yeah, I've had him for 2 weeks. We're working on leash reactivity.
Okay.
So yeah, it's an adventure, but he's smart, so he learns fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just remember, if you want a tip there.
Yes, please.
Whenever you're walking him by another dog and he starts to get right, don't take him out of the situation.
Okay.
If you take him out of the situation, then it'll actually make it worse.
Okay.
So what you want to do is find the distance that he's comfortable with, and when he looks at the dog and doesn't bark, give him some food.
Okay.
Because then you start to recreate the picture in his mind. And how many people would you say you're getting a day here?
Usually between 100 and our busiest day has been 250. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
And it's a good option for people that have been like really stuck in their houses.
Yes, yeah, it gets people outside, and I think the families are grateful it tires their kids out.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it definitely tired me out.
Yeah.
So I definitely got my my entire gym workout today.
Yeah.
Off these things. Okay, well, thanks a lot for having us out
Yeah,
here.
no
We
worries.
really
I'm glad you guys
appreciate
could
it, and
come.
It's definitely a super fun place. I'll definitely come back with my family another day.
It was very fun and terrifying, and I learned that I am very petrified of heights, even more so than I used to be. But I did do some of the obstacles without wimping out, so I guess there's that, right?
So where are we? Do you mind explaining where we're at?
We are at Half Moon Farms in Strathcona right now. So a friend of mine, Sarah Lee Gieshbreck and Dave Gieshbreck, they run this farm.
So tell me a little bit about your and Christy's history there. How did you guys originate?
We met because Christy put out an ad for people interested in learning search and rescue, and I thought that sounded like fun.
Fantastic. So where did that blossom from there? Because you guys obviously have a pretty decent friendship.
Yeah. We just we really connected, and over the years we've done a fair amount of dog stuff together. So.
What is Christy doing with your dogs today?
Today I think she's helping just get started with some basic obedience for the little guy. Yeah. We're gonna call you Oops. We offer private family tours, and it's very interactive, hands-on, meaning they can touch or pet all the animals. We have bunnies, cows, chickens, horses, calves, geese, ducks, bearded dragons, salamander. People can ride a horse or bottle feed a calf, collect eggs, just different things.
What's something that surprises you about Christy's training?
I think the thing that I admire most about Christy is that it doesn't matter what the problem is, she can help that dog to make progress. So if Christy can't help the dog, I don't think anybody can. But I've seen her take very aggressive dogs and turn them into an animal that you can work with. And so it impresses me. She's my first go-to if I have a problem.
So I'm just gonna do some real basic luring with this puppy here today, just to start her for Sarah Lee, and then Sarah Lee will keep up on it with her. And Shadow's on a wander, so we can't do the Roddy today, but we can do the puppy. I'm just gonna use sit, her body mechanics to get her into that sit position. I'm not gonna ask her to sit first, because if I ask her to sit first, then I'm asking her something she doesn't understand. So what I'm doing here is marking her behavior. So if I start programming her mind that every time I say the word sit, her bum touches the ground in a sit, then she'll understand what that is. Down, good, down. And you'll notice I'm not like pressing on her legs, I'm just giving her time to figure it out without a lot of force,
because a lot of dogs actually don't really like to down. It's a very submissive position for them. Sit. Good. Sit. Yeah, that's a nice puppy. So now when Sarah Lee goes to do her down with this little girl, she'll do it very quickly because she'll understand we worked through the hardest part of it, right? Right?
That's a happy calf that you came to feed him today. His name is Bruiser, and this is Peanut. Just throw it in there.
What do you think?
They're only just starting on the class.
Sends me these photos of my child just hanging out on the horse. Nobody's with it. Just happy as pie. How old was he? He was like barely, he couldn't walk yet.
No, I think
He was like sitting up.
I called her the nanny horse.
Yeah.
So I would tie her outside the garden and throw the 2- and 3-year-olds on her, and then I would garden, and they would be happy because they were riding the horse. But really, really, she was just eating.
Like, we have another babysitter, Kris. Yeah, I like this horse.
So their hospitality was just fantastic. We did a sunset horseback ride with everyone.
We're here at the Calgary Farmyard today, and we're going to do a tour.
I'll give you the fun stuff that you won't learn anywhere else.
So we're here with the Rocky Mountain Working Dog Club in Calgary, Alberta, and we're about to watch them go through some scenarios of different control and bite work that they do for both sport and some civil. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Take it.
Hey, with me? COVID, get out. No, it's okay, I did that. Just joking. How much does it move? Oh my God. Okay.
You got this.